If I need to liquidate some of my brokerage account, which is the best way to do so? Should I sell the lots that have grown the most, thereby locking in my gains and ensuring that I've bought low and sold high? Of course, this would create the most capital gain taxes. Should I sell the lots that haven't changed much in value, essentially foregoing any gains but also not generating any taxes? Or should I sell the lots that have lost value so as to be able to tax loss harvest? I'm currently mid-career, so my peak earnings. Assume also for ease of discussion that all lots are of the same index fund and that all have been held for at least 1 year. Thanks.
All right, great question. No, you definitely don't want to sell the ones with the lowest basis. You sell the ones with the highest basis. Even better if they have a loss. I mean, that's great because not only do you get the money you need to spend, but you also get to book that loss. In fact, you should never really have a loss sitting in your taxable account because you should harvest it every time you have one. If that's all in the total stock market index fund, anytime you have a loss, swap it over for 500 index fund, for instance, and you can book that loss. So you really should never have those losses. But if you need to liquidate something, if you're going to use it for a down payment or use it for another investment or something, and you have to sell it, hopefully you have enough losses saved up from past tax loss harvesting that you don't have to pay any capital gains on it at all. But if you do, then yes, sell the ones with the highest basis, probably the ones you bought most recently, but do make sure you've had them at least a year because then you're paying long-term capital gains rates rather than your full marginal tax rates, aka short-term capital gains rates on that money. So the lowest basis that you've got, or the highest basis that you've had for at least a year, I think is probably the guideline. But if you've got a loss, you can sell that anytime. You don't have to wait a year for that. Hope that's helpful, and hope you enjoy whatever you need to buy liquidating your brokerage account for. If you want your questions answered by the White Coat Investor, record your question at whitecoatinvestor.com/YQA or click the link in the description.
My dad, your host, Dr. Dahl, is a practicing emergency physician, blogger, author, and podcaster. He is not a licensed accountant, attorney, or financial advisor, so this podcast is for your entertainment and information only and should not be considered official, personalized financial advice.